Te reo ererangi o Te Mānia. This episode was produced in Otatahi by Plains Media, with support from New Zealand On Air.
Welcome to The Real Americana with Louise
and Blair. Settle in for great music from roots, folk, country, and notable singer-songwriters.
And stay for hidden gems and the stories behind these timeless classics.
Greetings, welcome everybody to The Real Americana with Louise and Blair. My name is Blair Morgan.
And I'm Louise Morgan, and today, lovely listeners, it's all about brotherly and sisterly love, and that our theme is siblings. All your idea, Blair, so why are we doing this?
Well, statistically...
Hard to say.
Hard to say. Most of us have siblings. That can be good and bad, but there's nothing like family voices and harmony. Let's think the Wilson brothers, for example, from the Beach Boys, or the brothers Gibb from the Bee Gees, or even our own Finn brothers, all tied together by DNA, but what harmonies that get produced amongst their music. And certainly a feature of country and Americana music in general is tight vocal harmonies. And as to why we're doing this episode today, it may have been talking about Ricky Nelson's twins that set me thinking about this, and we will hear from them. But there's also some cautionary tales here where these relationships can go off the rails. We're not talking Oasis, the Gallagher brothers, but going right back to really the iconic Everly brothers. And invariably these artists we're highlighting all start out very young too. So I think there's some tales there. Yeah.
Okay, well, I'm looking forward to hearing the Nelson twins, Gunnar and Matthew, that's for sure.
Yes, before that, we have a further nod to Ricky Nelson that we're going to kick off with a contemporary of his in the late 50s, early 60s, and that is the very, very influential Everly Brothers. But we need to set the scene here with them. Okay.
Don and Phil Everly from Knoxville, Tennessee. Now, I'll try and be brief, but it's not easy. Don was born in 1937 and Phil in 1939. They're famous for songs like Wake Up Little Susie, All I Have to Do Is Dream, Bird Dog, and Problems. And though they were largely interpretative artists, they also succeeded as songwriters, especially Don with his Till I Kissed You, which made its way to number 4 on the US pop charts. Now, their success tailed off in the 60s, and they broke up in 1973 after Don smashed a guitar and stormed off the stage during a performance. Now, they really saw or spoke to each other for the rest of the 70s, but they would be present at important family events like, for example, their father's funeral in 1975. And Don once said, "We hold vastly different views on politics and life." But he also said, "It was almost as if we could read one another's minds when we sang."
Yeah.
Now, in 2015, Rolling Stone ranked the Everly Brothers number 1 on its list of the 20 greatest duos of all time. Phil died in 2014 at the age of 74, and Don died in 2021 at the age of 84. And 4 months after Don died, their mother Margaret died at the grand old age of 102.
Gee, so that means she would have been about like 18 when she had Don.
That sounds about
Goodness
right.
me.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, we would not have Simon and Garfunkel, the harmonies of Lennon and McCartney, or even that partnership. When Paul says, when John and I started to write songs, I was Phil and he was Don. Our favourites are your favourites, Jagger and Richards. Their harmonies, they have particular harmonies that certainly hark back to the Everly Brothers. And let's not forget the likes of the Eagles as well. All have a nod to the Everlys.
Okay, so what are we going to hear?
Well, this is a particular favourite of mine. This is from 1961. This is Walk Right Back.
Nothing seems
with Walk Right Back. That is Phil and Don Everly, the Everly Brothers, of course.
Yeah, I didn't really like that. Sounds to be very outdated.
Well, each their own. Yeah. I mean,
true.
I really like it. I like the way the song's kind of constructed, the harmonies. It just has a good structure that doesn't overstay its welcome. But look, as a slight aside with that track, did that guitar hook or riff seem familiar to you?
No.
Well, it's none other than Neil Young's Harvest Moon, slightly played differently, but all the notes and the hand positions and stuff all the same, because I sat down and worked it out during the week, because I play Harvest Moon whenever I can. And similar. So that's just an aside.
Okay, well, moving on, Blair. The clock is ticking.
Well, before we move on, I just want to quickly say that they did a reunion in the mid-'80s, the Everleys, and an album came out called Ep05. So do seek that out, everyone, because it's a great album, and I noticed it wasn't streaming. So try and find it. It's on YouTube, I think, so try and find it. Yeah. I could keep going further and mention things like Albert Lee, who played guitar with them in the 80s, and that's a link to our earlier episode on Emmylou Harris, but I won't.
No, move on, Blair.
Well, we are going to go to Sweden. First Aid Kit, whom we featured in the earlier episode.
Yes, our episode about Graham Parsons ended with the song Emmylou, which is about the implied relationship between Emmylou and Graham Parsons. Probably my favourite song that we've actually played on the show.
On the whole show, yeah. Yep. It's a great song, isn't it?
Yeah,
and
love it.
First Aid Kit, Joanna and Clara Soderberg, born in 1990 and 1993. The duo was relatively well known even by 2008. Due to international touring commitments, Joanna quit high school and Clara never even started. Their father took leave from his job as a teacher and accompanied them on tour.
Yeah, so their father had actually been in a Swedish pop band himself called Lolita Pop. Now, in May 2019, the duo cancelled all planned 2019 summer dates due to unforeseen medical circumstances. It was later revealed the cancellations were due to Clara experiencing burnout, and it's no wonder when you see what their schedules were like back then. I actually think we need to do a whole show on First Aid Kit. There's so much to talk about. But one last fun fact. When Clara, she chose the band's name, I think she was only about 15 when she was looking through a dictionary, and she thought it best described what she wanted their music to be. So anyway, next we're playing My Silver Lining from an early album called Stay Gold.
There's music and there's laughter. I don't know if I'm scared of dying, but I'm scared of living too fast, too slow. Regret, remorse, hold on. No, I've gotta go. There's no starting over, no new beginnings. Time raises on. Just gotta keep on keeping on. Gotta keep on going, looking straight out on the road. Can't worry about what's behind you, what's coming for you further up the road. Try not to hold on to what is gone. I try to do right what is wrong. I try to keep on keeping on. Yeah, I just keep on keeping on. I hear a voice calling out for me. These shackles I made in the town to be free. Be it for ease, be it for love. I won't take the easy road. Ooh, 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 oh. Ooh, oh. I've woken up in a hotel room. My worries as big as the moon. Having no idea what or where I am. Something good comes with the bad. A song's never just sad. There's hope, there's a silver lining. Show me my silver lining.
You're listening to The Real Americana with Louise and Blair.
Hear us every other Tuesday at 5:30 p.m. on Plains Media.
And just a reminder, you can subscribe to us on Apple, iHeart or Podbean podcasts and find us on Instagram.
Yeah, we'd love to hear from anyone. So any episode suggestions, just fire a message through.
It'd be great.
Yeah.
Yep.
Look, we just went from, well, we were in Sweden with the first aid kit.
Mm-hmm.
Now we are going to go to the incredibly named Scunthorpe.
Yes.
With the Ruen Brothers, who consist of brothers Henry and Rupert Stansel.
Yes, so Scunthorpe is spelled
Be careful here.
Wait for it. Scunthorpe. And it's a UK steel industry hub in Lincolnshire, which is not too far from Sheffield.
And can I just be annoying with another kind of fact that probably we don't need to know? Well, the English cricket great, Ian Botham. Now, that's where I remember Scunthorpe from, because he had a parallel football thing going on when he was playing cricket. And he used to play for Scunthorpe, yes.
He's a talented guy.
Talented guy, like the Ruen Brothers.
So can I just explain their name?
Yes.
Ruen, R-U-E-N. That it's a mixture of their names because it's Rupert and Henry. So R-U for Rupert and the E-N is from Henry.
And their music, look, they're quite retro. I mean, if you look at their album covers, certainly their first album cover, they have the bootlace ties and things, and they're quite retro, but they're very much folk, country, early rock, Americana. They cite the Everly Brothers, they cite Roy Orbison, they've mentioned the Rolling Stones.
Right.
There you go, as influences, and they're living the dream. As of 2024, they moved from Scunthorpe. They were in Louisville, Kentucky, which is really right in the heart of Appalachian territory, so we've talked about before. So, yeah, they're really doing that. But I thought just from their 2018 debut album, All My Shades of Blue, we're going to hear a track from that, and it's called Strangers.
And that was the Ruen Brothers.
Yeah, look, their debut album was produced by none other than Rick Rubin. Follow-up's well worth checking out too, but I do really rate that All My Shades of Blue. Rick Rubin, of course, is, goodness me, where we start with him? I won't start other than to say Run DMC, Red Hot Chili Peppers, Tom Petty, Johnny Cash. list goes on. So they were kind of lucky to get him. He obviously saw some talent there. Yeah.
Okay, so where are we going next?
We're going to Georgia. We've been in Louisville, Kentucky. We've been in Knoxville, Tennessee. We're going to Georgia with Larkin Poe, the sisters Rebecca and Megan Lovell. Now, the name is derived from, they have a maternal kind of a link through various levels of grandfather to the famous writer Edgar Allan Poe. Mm-hmm. And they began in 2005 with their sister, an elder sister called Jessica, and they were calling themselves the Lovell Sisters. But somewhere along the line, Jessica bailed, or just there's probably a story there, and they basically, Rebecca and Megan, regrouped as Larkin Poe.
Okay, and they're known for their energetic performances and musical prowess.
Yes, they are phenomenal guitar players. They really channel the sibling type telepathy that Don Everly was talking about into how they play guitar. They really just spin these lines off against each other. One of them plays a lap steel type guitar standing up. It is, if you look at YouTube clips of the Larkin Poe, very energetic. They've been here a couple of times. We should mention they've gained huge respect from the likes of Elvis Costello, T-Bone Burnett, real rock aristocracy, and believe it or not, they even were on the last Ringo Starr album.
Wow.
Ringo put out a record last year called Look Up, a country record that T-Bone Burnett produced, and they're on that. So they really are,
doing really well.
They're doing really well. So I thought we'd play a track called Georgia Off My Mind, which...
It's very clever.
It's very clever because we think of Georgia on My Mind, the Gray Charles classic. So anyway, they've taken a bit of wordplay there, and this is Georgia Off My Mind.
Smaller in my rear view, rolling up the road to Music City, Lord, to sing my hometown blues. Now that my wheels are turning, now that we've said goodbye, I'm trading my sweet and lonesome past for a rhinestone-studded sky. Coca-Cola, I can eat a peach or two, spinning Ray Charles records till the sun goes down, but I cry when he sings that song of you. I'm gonna leave my troubles rolling in the dust behind. I'm hoping my star's gonna shine, shine across the state line. Well, Tennessee, keep Georgia.
From Larkin Poe, Rebecca and Megan Lovell, that was Georgia Off My Mind. Definitely a hard, rootsy edge there to their music. That reminds me a bit of Bonnie Raitt, who we might feature in an upcoming episode, perhaps. Yeah,
not really my thing, I must say. But anyway, I'm keen to move on to the Nelson twins, as I really do love some of their music.
Yeah, none other than Ricky Nelson's boys, Gunnar and Matthew, otherwise known as the duo Nelson. I'd be the first to say their overall style is not Americana. There's been a bit of hard rock and so on through the decades. But I found a gem of an album they did about 20 years or so ago called Brother Harmony. And we really hear some of these, what family harmonies can sound like with this. It's actually quite reminiscent of the Eagles. I know that they're not family, but going back to early point, referencing the Everly Brothers. So yeah, I found a track here. This is called What About Me?
Well, thanks for listening.
Thanks for listening.
See you in a fortnight.
Bye-bye.
Something that needs discussing. You've been keeping inside you. It's high time, I know. There's no way to break it gently. When you told me forever, it doesn't mean it wasn't true. Go. Am I reading you right? You just turn out the light at the end of our 10-year tunnel of love. Yeah, I know it's your hour of need, but what about me? I won't be the cage that holds you. I won't be the one who told you that you're making a mistake. No, baby, I've never been that kind. If you're saying that I couldn't find you, by all means go, but let me remind you, you can't change your world as easy as you're changing your mind. What more do I have to give? Guess I'll just have to live with the thought my tears will be setting you free. And I hope you find all you seek. But what about me?
Thanks for joining us on The Real Americana with Louise
and Blair. We'll be back Tuesday in a fortnight at 5:30pm right here on Plains Media, broadcasting on 96.9 FM and live streaming at plains.org.nz, where you can also find past episodes available as podcasts.
Follow us on Instagram or email us at BlairMorganMusic@gmail.com. We'd love your feedback, requests, or just to hear what you're listening to.
Until next time, stay kind and keep the real Americana spirit alive.